listed out this is also a 10% reduction of current year levels. In the public safety program, CalMet program, the governor still proposes reducing the funding of $20.1 million. Impact to Mendocino County is approximately $25,000 in the CalMet budget, and is budgeted. The Williamson Act in the agriculture and natural resources area is still projected to have a reduction of 10%, which is $60,000 impact. At one point, they were looking at eliminating the whole thing, so this is, at least for the now, good. And finally, in the community resource infrastructure area, our Prop 42 is, for the governor's May revision, they are still proposing to fully fund this, and it is in our budget, in budget unit 3010 for $650,000 for 2008-09. Prop 1B is the governor's May revise proposing to increase funding over the next 3 years to $11.5 billion and this money has been received, is approximately 2.6 and has already been dispersed by the state to the counties. There is no additional funding for 2008-09. Federal funding, we're still projecting $300,000 cut in our Rural Schools and Community Self-Determination Act, which is a budget impact to 3010, our roads budget for 2008-09. Overall, our cash flow and the cash flow and payment delays that were projected out at mid-year in the January proposed budget is still in effect, and the impact for those would be floating the trans borrowing, which at this time is undetermined until we close out for the final year and know how much we're going to borrow for our trans. And that is the conclusion of the May revise. And if the board has any questions, I hope I can answer.
Supervisor Pinches, and then we'll go to Supervisor Dodd.
On this resource infrastructure, Prop 42 says the impact in Mendocino County is $650,000. That's on the positive side, though.
Correct.
Yeah, it's not on the negative side.
Correct. That is.
Yeah. And the next one, Prop 1B, we got the 2.45 this year, the first payment on our 1B funding.
Right.
But it says here there's no funding for 809. The next quote payment was supposed to be next year. So is this right? You're saying we're not getting a 1B payment next year? Because the payment we got was for this year. We already got the 2.45.
Right. And there was no projection to have a 2008-09. However, it was a little skewed as far as the wording. I wasn't quite sure because it says that he's increasing the funding over the next 3 years, but still in the January proposal there was no 2008-09 payment. We were not going to receive one, so I think that still remains.
I'm not so sure they can do that. I guess they can do whatever they want, but I mean, go ahead.
I think that may be one of the areas where they were talking about delaying one of the payments, and so it will eventually come to us, but not necessarily on the original time frame.
Maybe they're figuring because the payment for 27, 28 come pretty late in the year, so they'll just.
Well, what it's doing is being delayed for about 3 to 4 months, I believe, from the January proposal. So that puts us at, we're actually going to get a payment in 2008-09, and I believe it's like October. But we've already received it since they changed their minds. We've already received it. We already received it. It's been dispersed. So now I'm sticking to the same thing. You don't get a 2008-09 payment unless it's already. We're going to accrue it for 2008-09. We might not get it until September, October of next year.
One of the problems that the state has, even though the voters approved the bond funding, the 1B bond funding, going out and borrowing the money is the next problem they have, which I guess they're fairly successful at. But the real problem they have is they want to prolong their principal and interest payment. They don't want to have to include that in the budget, so that's why they're throwing, they can't get out of the indebtedness of the bond funding. But I mean, it's kind of like the voters told the state, yeah, go borrow the money, and the state says, fine, we'll borrow it, but we're going to borrow it and pay back at a slower rate than actually what calls for. In Prop 1B, it showed the timeline when they were going to borrow the money when they're gonna distribute it, but and I don't think our Attorney General's gonna hold a feet on that one, but anyways, so it probably won't affect our transportation department because we have a, you know, kind of like our construction season is only 6 months out a year, you might say anyway. So we just throw it off another season. But we'll have the 2.45 million we have, like the chip seal program, will be done this summer. But we'll have to wait and probably see if there's gonna be another payment next year before we can continue with the program.
And they may give us more detail in the final budget.
Maybe they figure, well, by fully funding the Prop 42 and not taking that away, that's that will help ease the burden.
Supervisor Delbert.
In terms of the 10% reduction in loan snack subventions, have we figured out yet how that's supposed to occur? Is that a 10% reduction in the county's receipts from the previous year?
Yeah,
Right, there's a lot of unknowns there.
I don't know. I can't answer that.
And if we reduce